Hi, everybody. Okay, first and foremost, I have to apologize for putting too much product in my hair. I know it's horribly inconvenient for some of the people that I don't actually want watching my videos. So if it bothers you that I put too much product in my hair, bye. But if you're gonna stick around, then we're getting ready for a pick a card. So these are actually the bottom three cards here that you can pick from. I'm gonna move the camera to show you the rest. If you want an image still of this, I posted on Facebook and I posted it on Instagram. I am Penny Astrology on Instagram and I am Wacko Witch Astrology on Facebook. Sorry for being inconsistent, but that's me. Okay, so this is card number one. I know it's kind of backwards. I wonder if I can, this is going to be awkward. I'm going to flip you. Sorry, you might have to look away for a minute. It's getting crazy. Okay, well. Okay, there we go. That was surprisingly difficult. Okay, oh my. It's still not, it still looks like it's backwards. Okay, this is card number one, and this is card number 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6. So I guess the camera flipped it, but yeah, it's better to get the image still. So I'm sorry, that's the best I can do. Again, card number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So I'm going to start with card number 1 first. I'm sorry for that mess. It's life. Okay, so we are back to business. I think I just kicked the table though. Thank you if you're joining me live. Feel free to say hi. Okay, so card number 1, what is going on for y'all guys? I just said y'all guys. Okay, so this is about a desire to get away. So it might be that you just want a vacation. You want to go out like to the lake, you want to go to the beach, you want to relax, you just want to get away. You want to find a spot, preferably out in nature, where you can clear your head, where you can get away from some of the things you've been facing. Like you really need to be able to de-stress. And it might be that there's actually some really intense, overwhelming stuff going on in your life right now. I wouldn't be surprised because like, isn't that everyone right now? But there's something that has caused you stress that you essentially need to be able to get away from. And you need to be able to create an environment for yourself where you're able to recharge a little bit more. So you might be very fixated right now on like an I need a vacation type of mentality. But it's not just that you need a vacation. Okay, there's actually a lot more to it than that right now. And I'm feeling like what you are truly like craving beneath the surface of that surface level, I want a vacation. And then beneath that, it's like, I want a lifestyle change. I want to change my environment. But really what I want from the change in my environment is I want to change my mental headspace. So another thing is that creating a different routine, changing just the scenery in your home a little bit more, rearranging things, getting some plants, getting some scented candles or some incense. You need something that makes you feel different from the routine and the funk that you've kind of been stuck in as of right now. So that was card number 1. And card number 2. Thank you so much for commenting. Okay, card number 2 is the Ace of Swords. This is a very interesting depiction of the Ace of Swords. So I feel like this one has a similar mentality to card number 1. It is giving me the message, I want to break free. This is being so sick of the past, being so sick of being stuck in certain patterns, specifically when it comes to patterns of communication. I'm seeing that you guys, you want something new, you want something different, and you want something that is intellectually stimulating, that inspires you, and that makes you feel like you have a sense of purpose. So you need something that will help you connect more to that sense of purpose. It could be a book, it could be a conversation or someone you meet. Like you really need some kind of good conversation, some kind of good intellectual stimulation in your life. And part of the reason for this is you've been biting your tongue a lot. You have been holding back a lot. And there's something you need to say right now. Like, I'm feeling like the throat chakra is really blocked for you right now, and you've got yourself like all tied up and locked down, and you've been holding some stuff back, and you kind of just need to pull your metaphorical sword out and say, this is what I'm thinking, this is what I'm feeling, this is what I have been wanting the world to know about. So that's what I'm getting for card number 2. I feel like there's like this weird glare. It always happens. Anyway, card number 3. Card number 3 is the 7 of Wands. So this is an interesting one. So what I'm getting from this is people who drew card number 3, they're feeling like there's a lot of stuff they've been having to fight for, and they're feeling very defensive right now, and they're wanting other circumstances that have been troublesome to them to really just leave them alone. So this might not be as much as like, what you expected when you hit the video, like secret desire, like I want a pony, I want a boyfriend. Like it's not like that kind of thing. But this is saying that what you desire deep down is basically for other people in a lot of ways just to kind of leave you the fuck alone. And it might be that there's rules and enforcement of certain things that you've been subject to, like the I have to pay my rent at this time, or that's just a small example, but things you've been subject to that you didn't want to have to be subject to, like agreements that you didn't actually want to make, and maybe you didn't consent to them, but you feel like everyone else is forcing their agenda on you, and you just kind of want them to back off. You want to find a way to be able to gain your freedom, to be able to establish yourself. And like what I'm getting from this is you are hardworking, you are willing to not just fight for what you want, but you're willing to build your life. You're willing to put the work in, you're willing to put everything in that you need to be able to put in, but you really need people to back off to some extent. You need other people to stop pushing their agenda. So what this translates to in the real world, if you want like a game plan, you need a promotion, you need to step up in life, you need, if you're renting right now, you need to go from renting to owning. You need something that takes you out of this pattern and out of this dynamic where other people are essentially pressuring you in ways that you don't want to be pressured. And it's not even necessarily that they're taking advantage of your hard work. In some situations, yes, people are taking advantage of your hard work, but even on a bigger perspective of that is that people won't just like let you create your own life and find your own way to be able to thrive, is essentially what's going on. And it could be because they want to take advantage of you. That's a common one. Or it could be just their unwarranted opinions, or it could be some rules that they think you should be following, even if you didn't agree to them. So that was card number 3. Next, we're going to move on to card number 4. And this one is the Knight of Coins. So what I'm getting from this is really, first and foremost, a need for stability, but stability that comes with progress. You need a way where you can move forward, but you can also feel safe while you are moving forward. I'm seeing that there's been a scarcity of certain resources in your life, and it might be more metaphysical resources. Like it could be like there was a scarcity of love, there was a scarcity of compassion, or it could be more literal, like there was a scarcity of money, of food, something like that. But the point is, you weren't getting what you actually needed, and you've been in this kind of pattern of always trying to make sure your needs are met. And right now you've at least realized that, you've come to that realization, and you really want to be able to just move forward in a really strong and meaningful way at this point. So this is you wanting to go beyond the survival that you've had to that you've been challenged to obtain in the past, and this is you wanting to come to a point where there's more thrive. It says the connection's bad. I might wait just a minute. All right, so connections back. You're willing to take steps every day and consistently in order to be able to move forward. But it is going to be a little bit of work. The good news is that it's not hard work. It seems like you're in a position where you already pretty much know what to do and you just want to do that thing that you already know that you need to do. I don't know. It's super redundant. I feel like probably not many people actually picked that card, but let me know if you did. Anyway, we're moving on to card number 5. And this one is the 7 of Cups. So we've got all these genie lamps up here. And what I'm getting from this is that you guys are the ones who just absolutely do not know what you want. It's something right now is causing you to be very reactive. I want this. I want that. I want this. And just like seeing all these things, like these light bulbs are just going off in your head constantly. And it feels like almost like everything is the thing that you need. So one common manifestation of this, it could be food cravings. Like, oh my gosh, I want potato chips. Oh my gosh, I want ice cream. And then you're just going back and forth between all these different things. Now, in a less literal sense, it could be like, I really want to be the CEO of a company. Oh, but I want to be a pop star. It could be manifesting in a career manner. For some people, it could be manifesting in relationships, like I want to date this hunk over here. Oh, wait, no, this one has better abs, I don't think that's what it is for most people. But that is another possible manifestation of this card. So I'm feeling like it's really, there's something that has, it's not even so much that something has obscured your own ability to read yourself and to understand how you can meet your own needs. I feel like you have just come out of a period where you have tried to suppress all those needs, and you've tried to tell yourself, okay, I can't have this thing. I can't have any of these things. Maybe it was that you told yourself I couldn't have career success. Maybe it was that you told yourself you couldn't have fulfillment in your relationships. But now that you've just come out of that self-suppressing cycle, you have evolved, escalated, whatever you want to call it. You've escalated into the basically the opposite extreme and saying, I need this, I need that, I want all the things. Now that I've given myself permission, now that I've told myself that I can actually have these things, I want to have all the things. So I'm seeing that there's a lot of enthusiasm and a lot of like powerful manifestation ability that is coming from this. And you probably ultimately can get the thing that you want, but something that is still blocking you is being a little bit unclear about what you want. So I would suggest you give yourself even more permission to like just be totally upfront, like a toddler would, just saying everything that you actually want, like maybe even make a list of it and just sit down with yourself and think about the thing that would make you the very happiest. Think about the life that would make you the very happiest, every single thing about it. And since you're having that positive, powerful manifestation potential right now, it's a really good time to actually write down, like word for word, the life that you want. All right, next card number 6. This one is the Emperor. So what I'm getting from this one with your secret desire is basically that you just want to be honored a little bit more. You want to be honored a little bit more. You want to be recognized. For a lot of you, I'm feeling like this is actually a sexual fantasy that you haven't played out yet. Maybe you've been a little bit like you've tried to hold yourself back. You've tried to say, that's not really the thing that I want. But this is someone who really wants to be in a dominant position. This is someone who really wants to be able to feel like the power and the prestige and feel like there's people or even just one specific partner around them who really admire them, who are really building them up, who are this people who are pumping them full of love. This is so awkward. It's so embarrassing for me to say on live video. But basically you want to be in more of a position of power. You want to be in a position where if this applies to your career at all, this would be you wanting a little bit more recognition. This would be you wanting a promotion. This is basically you wanting an upgrade. But like I was getting such strong information about how this for at least someone out there, this is like mostly about like a sexual fantasy, and this is mostly about like you wanting to be in the position of power, and you just, I guess you just want to feel like you're being fully embraced, fully accepted, like you're not having to deal with any of the shame that others have tried to inflict in the past or anything. Like this is really, and I want to rise above. I want to come into my full power. I want to come into my full potential. Because most of us, like, this is like our soul for most of us. And then like this is how we actually live our lives. Like we live our lives like over here as if we're like just this tiny, tiny little speck. And then our potential is like boom, it's like way out here. So I feel like you want to be able to feel that full like encompassment of what you actually are more, and not be the tiny little insignificant speck anymore. This is you wanting to become bigger in your own life and really just be embraced for who you are. So anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me here today. If you're not already subscribed, please hit that button. There's a notification bell too if you want to make sure you don't miss anything. And yeah, Facebook and Instagram for images, infographics, transits, updates on all that kind of thing. And I hope to see you again soon. Bye.